If it is or if it ain't, it's going to come out. Good morning, everybody. It's your girl, Miracle Sims, and you're listening to God, Sex, and Love. Your daily dose of inspiration and juice. It is September the 7th, 2023, and today the topic is Rise and Shine. Good morning again, everyone. Good morning, man. I hope y'all had a wonderful day yesterday. Mine was just fine. Y'all, yesterday, for the record, I won't go too deep into it, but I will say this. Your girl saw something come to fruition that has been in the works for over 10 years, 11 years to be exact. So to God be the glory for that. Y'all will see some announcements or something like that soon, but yeah, man, I'm just thankful, right? Thankful to be in this place and to have seen what I've seen thus far. And God is good, man, at the end of the day. And I would say that is part of the inspiration for today's conversation of Rise and Shine. Because at some point, I thought this thing was going to be dead and gone, swept to the side, like not going to be. And Lord, I mean, I guess, when he breathes on something, y'all, it will live. And that's what I perceived this morning. And so let's get into it, y'all. Let's get into this juice. I mean, yeah, I don't have too much to share outside of that from yesterday. And y'all know that today's Thursday. So yeah, let's get on into it, y'all. What more can be said about this conversation of Rise and Shine? Well, I hope, even though I've already shared, I guess a lot of things already in a way. But what I ultimately hope that this conversation does is to encourage and inspire someone that, again, if there's some dead things in your life, right? Maybe you feel dead inside, or if there's things that you just been discouraged about, or if you feel like, man, I don't see this happening for me, or whatever the case may be, whatever it may be, I hope that you are encouraged and inspired to know that that's not always accurate information. The truth is that God can revive anything he wants to. And yeah, here goes some verses that I hope will encourage you and inspire you in that. Ephesians 5:14, it says, "For anything that becomes visible is light. Therefore it says, awake, O sleeper, and arise from the dead, and Christ will shine on you." Y'all, I mean, listen, look, there's a lot of things that I would say led me to this conversation today. Those that follow me on social media, you may have noticed this morning I had posted a quote from the song, what's the name of that song? I forgot the name of the song, but I think it's What I See or something like that, or You See, or something like that, y'all. But y'all know that the quote was which quote did I write? Am I not supposed to tell them? Well, anyway, yeah, I quoted that song this morning, and obviously, I believe that this verse here, "Awake, O sleeper," comes the verses in the song comes from that verse, or this particular verse I just read. And again, I mean, it's just after I read this, y'all, and after I wrote down this verse, what came into my heart and mind was about, I believe, not Lazarus, even though Lazarus is a good example too, but the gentleman with the dry bones, right? It's in the Go Deeper section. I put that account in the Go Deeper section for you all to read and peruse and let marinate on your own heart, souls, and minds. But yeah, that account came into my heart and mind. I went to read it and just was encouraged and inspired by this idea of God blowing breath on the seemingly dead thing, right? The thing that was just dry bones. And the interesting thing is, I don't know if it was Ezekiel himself, but I know it's in Ezekiel. But basically, the interesting thing, or one of the things that stood out to me about that account, is that the individual was like, God asked me, can these bones live? And instead of saying what they thought, right, they said to God, well, God, Because at the end of the day, I mean, that's really what it is. Like, yeah, it was a test of some sorts, right? To say, can this happen? Do you think it can? But it's wisdom, right? Like we was talking about yesterday, it's wisdom, especially when you're talking to the Lord, to be like, hey, Lord, at the end of the day whether this can live or not. Like, it ain't even for me to say. Like, I can sit here and say no in my earthly wisdom to say, well, these are dry bones. There's no way, right? But at the same time, when knowing or having that wisdom helps you understand that, well, when you talking to God, all things are possible. So, let's keep going, y'all. Got some more verses this morning. Isaiah 60 and 1 and 2. It says, arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord has risen upon you. For behold, darkness shall cover the earth, and thick darkness the people. But the Lord will arise upon, and his glory will be seen upon you. Listen. I talked about this yesterday, right? We talked all about favor and things like that. And I didn't know, like, I was going to see what I saw yesterday. I just know, I was just talking about what the Lord had led me to talk about. But lo and behold, again, people will see the favor on you and whatnot in this season. In the seasons, again, that seem to be dark, you can still have favor. You can still thrive. Again, the pandemic is a huge indication of that. There's a lot of things in life, or whatever the case may be. And I've already heard a word when it comes to, several words actually, but, with the ministers or prophets, or whatever the case is that I listen to in regards to, if you're in the right position, right, then you'll be able to thrive, and you'll be able to be, not just say successful, but you'll be able to, let's just stick at thrive. I think thrive is a better word in this example here. You'll be able to thrive in the midst of situations that you may see other people not thriving, and that's because either they didn't sow those seeds that they needed to sow, or they weren't in the right position, whatever the case may be. And then so that's like, and I've heard great things are to happen in this next year and things like that, and it's like I'm seeing light at the end of the tunnel in regards to my own life and things too. But the thing is, it's like, I know it can be either way, right? So it depends on where you are spiritually. It depends on all of those things. It doesn't mean that there's no hope, right? If you aren't in a season of favor and thriving and all these different things, I mean, there's still hope for you. Then it might be a season of planting for you, everybody's, I guess, in different seasons. So don't be looking at somebody else's and be like, oh, well, it's happening for them, but it's not happening for me. Because again, I've been in both seasons. I've been in the seasons of like, well, Lord, when is my change going to come, right? And then I'm in the seasons where it's like, Lord, wow, you're doing a miraculous, wonderful thing in my life, So I've been on both sides. I understand how it feels. And so basically, I hope either way that you're encouraged and inspired this morning to hear that, I mean, hey, at the end of the day, go ahead and wake up, man. Go ahead and wake up and see what the Lord has for you in your life. And understand that, those things that we think are dead, let God breathe on it and see what happens. So then we got Isaiah 26 and 19. It says, your dead shall live, their bodies shall rise. You who dwell in the dust, awake and sing for joy. For your dew is a dew of light, and the earth will give back to the dead. Or excuse me, will give birth. Yeah, I think that word was birth. Give birth to the dead. So, I mean, again, I hope that you all are encouraged and inspired to hear this morning. Again, I mean, like I said in my little testimony, even though y'all don't know yet, but y'all gonna know soon, if the Lord's will. But like I said, I thought the situation was done. I thought the situation was going to be buried. I was like, you know what? I'm over it. I was like, Lord, if it ain't meant to be, it ain't meant to be. But obviously it was. And to God be the glory at the end of the day. And like I said, I hope that this encourages you and inspires you in your own life, your own journey, whatever it might be. It could be something like dating. It could be whatever it is. We can get discouraged about a lot of things. We can think that things are dead or not going to happen for us. But it took 11 years, right, for me to get to what I witnessed yesterday. But at the end of the day, it's totally worth it. And I wouldn't change it, because at the end of the day, there's a lot of things in place, things that happen, and things that like were just so divine that it's like I'm going to appreciate sharing the testimony of what God did in the 11 years versus getting upset that it took the 11 years or whatever the case may be. Like, I know that it was, again, at the right place at the right time, each and every situation that happened. And so I'm thankful for it. I'm grateful for it. And I mean, I guess ultimately this is the juice this morning. Y'all be encouraged and inspired. God got some great stuff going. Look, raising things to life around here, y'all. Listen, and it might be you. Can we put that on the table? It might be you that he's bringing back to life, and that's even beautiful thing as well. So keep that in mind, y'all. That's the juice. Now listen, the Bible verse of today is 1 Samuel 2:2. It says, "There is none holy as the Lord, for there is none beside thee, neither is there any like our God." Friends, I hope y'all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Now, we have an episode of the GSL Talk Show coming out tomorrow, because tomorrow's Friday, and it's Dr. Nelva, but I forgot her last name. So I'll try to write her name down tomorrow so I can say it all correctly, if the Lord's will. But yeah, be ready to tune into that episode. She's talking all about her amazing business and things like that. And so, yeah, be on the lookout for that. Y'all have a wonderful Thursday. Look forward to talking to y'all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye. Did you know that you can support us for just 99 cents a month? That's right, friends. You can support everything that we do here at GSL for just 99 cents a month. Take a look around wherever this post is. You might see a link or maybe even a button that says support. Go there, check out the options, consider supporting us, because, you know, we enjoy bringing you all the daily inspiration as well as the weekly talk show, but we have much, much more to come. Thank you so much for the consideration. Bye-bye.